Squid Game reality TV show. Are we interested in this? I never saw Squid Game. I told you guys I'm not interested. I wasn't interested because I knew it was too much for me. I take that separation. I don't find a joy in seeing people pass away.
I think this is very strange, CJ, and kind of it just goes to show that people really miss the point of the show Squid Game and the capitalistic nature of everything and what that means. But yeah, so Netflix is doing a reality show. It's going to be 10 episodes where 456 contestants will be vying for $4.56 million as they compete in games that will, I would hope, of course, have far less dire consequences than death, which is the only option for most Squid Games contestants within the context of the show. Obviously, season 2 was greenlit. That's in the works as well. A lot of Squid Game content coming on up, but this just feels unnecessary. You know when you say things like feel too real? Mm-hmm. You don't need this.
I've never seen Squid Game, so I can't.
Everyone dies.
I know that part, but I can't even
gruesome
I
deaths.
can't even meet in the middle of. Okay, how can you make this a game show where you don't have the same, obviously the same, the consequences that comes out of it, but I don't know what the games that were played, or if they're even considered games. Is there a way of making it, but I guess it's just a game show at that point.
Which game haunts you the most, CJ?
Oh, the game where, spoiler alert, give you time to turn your computers down.
Thanks.
It's the game where they're hopping across on the glass and they don't know so making it set up beautifully. It's a glass over here and it's a glass over there. It's only two, and you can't tell which one is sturdy enough to hold your weight. And if you miss it, you plummet. So that's the one. I don't like just free falling like that, and I don't like guessing either.
And you're following the people, you chose a number of what order that you were going in, and so the first person has the obviously lowest odds to make it across but then you have to remember, and the glass reappear, you have to remember which glass was.
It doesn't reappear. Once it's broke, it's broke. Once it's broke, it's broke. So you know.
So it sounds like this is Squid Games is just Netflix is just making a game show where it could very well be. Not where it's where you pass away or die or brutally whatever, but it's just kind of it doesn't NBC have
it's like Wipeout,
right? And I know one of them is on a huge hiatus because someone did pass away, but it's kind of one of those situations where you have NBC has one, Fox has one, USA Network has one, so I think it's just Netflix's version of it, but they try to just put two and two together. The Squid Games was such a huge success that was international. This could very well be that where you're going to probably have padding and you're going to be bouncing around different things.
But again, nobody likes watching people die. First off, I felt like that was a dig at me
you
said that. I just
if you took that personally, that speaks more about you.
I wasn't thinking about
if people have to die for a message to be received, I'm cool with it in TV and movies. Now, here's the thing, though. The entire point about Squid Game is to not do stuff like this, not to put your life at risk for money. And lives won't be at risk, but it's an indictment on greed and money and what we'll do to get it. Having a game out there that exists based off the show that is about greed and money and what we do to get it is completely missing the point of the show. That's
I don't think it's going to
be.
It's obviously it's not going to be Squid Game. It's not going to. I think they're literally just trying to get fan bases who have loved that.
Netflix is
and
struggling.
They're going to do that because. When as you mentioned, when Wipeout, when Ninja Warrior, there's another one that's on CBS. CBS has one too, where The Rock did it. There's so many different things. When you had that show first came out, I was like, I'm not gonna watch people just run around wait for money, running into whether it be pudding or however it was. But that's what we watched. They can turn that into this, and I just think they're just Netflix is trying to have their version of it. And it's not going to be. You gotta take the Squid Game movie part out. I know it's hard because this is actually a show that's coming on. We're waiting for season 2 to happen. But I get Netflix's trying to spin off of it.
Also, the games aren't why people watched. It was the human element, the struggle within about what am I doing here. That is why we watched.
The games were. The Jax episode is one of the better episodes of TV.
But the Jack episode,
that entire episode was the game within the game.
Was the people going through the emotion? If it's just going to be and you're probably right, Megan, like Holy Moly or Ninja Warrior or Wipeout or what have you, that's not going to be interesting enough for people to really want to watch. They have the floor is lava still. They have the is it cake game still. Like this, just giving us Squid Game games without the human element and component to it isn't going to work.
We'll have to wait and see how Netflix will turn this one around. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Let's do some